this live stream. I can see just three person here yet. Please, just like I said, I will not be wasting time. Just like I posted in this live stream, what I'll be doing is you drop your topic. I didn't say drop the topic yet. Now calm down, just relax. What you do is what I'll be doing in this live stream is from the topic you drop, I will be giving you possible questions and the best approach to go about your defense, because the different topics have different approaches of defending. And please, if you're dropping your topic, please drop it with your department, because your department also will determine your approach of starting. Because this video is not only for just one department. Do you understand? So if you're dropping your topic, drop it with your department. So drop your topic and your department. Yeah, that's we do. All right. So why I've seen some topics, I will start with the very first person there, but please drop your as you drop the topic, drop your department with it. All right, I can see that. Now generally speaking, before I start picking the different persons, generally speaking, if you are doing your defense, the most important thing there is what you say. That's the most important thing. How you can compose yourself, how you can be bold. That's the most important thing in defense. Now, for you to defend and get an A, you must not know everything about your topic. I must say that. But there are certain things you must know about your topic. There are certain things you must know. But it doesn't mean you must know everything about your topic. But the most important thing there is be bold. Be bold. Speak out boldly. Some persons you know what to do, and you can't express yourself. And some persons stage fright. I got a message today about stage fright and how you can overcome it. There is a simple way to overcome stage fright. So for those of you that maybe you have stage fright, I'll address that before the end of this video. If I forget that, then let me know. So let me start to address the questions now. But if I forget about that stage fright, please let me know before the video ends. All right, so I'll be starting with the first person here, Pauline. Malaria parasite test. Okay, biochemistry, malaria parasite test. Now, good. Now, malaria parasite test. The possible questions you can get from this topic, malaria parasite test, is one. Please, you do me a favor, get pen and write these things down. You look into these areas after now, so that you'll be well prepared for your defense. After this video, you can come to my DM anytime you want. Until you get your A, I will not allow you to rest. I will not leave you alone. So I'm in this with you. So you can always come to my DM to ask questions. All right. So malaria parasite test. One question they can ask you, one short question they can ask you is, what is the principle of the method you are using to carry out the malaria parasite test? Actually, there are different types of malaria parasite tests. The one you use test strip, that you do puncture here, you place the blood on the test strip. What is the principle that test strip is working on? That's one question they can ask you. What is the biochemical principle of that test strip, that rapid diagnostic tool you're using? What is the principle? Now, what they're expecting you to talk about, and this one applies to anybody that did something related to rapid diagnostic test also, is what they're expecting you to talk about is, if you're using a test strip, one line must always show. If one line shows on that test strip, that's only the control line, then the person is negative, does not have malaria. If another line shows, that's two line shows, then the person is positive, the person has malaria. I think then if no line shows at all, then it's false result. It's false result because the control line must show. Now, what determines if the line will show or not? For those of you that have HIV test as a topic and use test strip, this same method applies to you. Now, this is a principle. When you drop that blood, that test strip, that strip have been made in such a way that some of them contains specific antibodies. So that when the antigen, that is the plasmodium now, for those of you doing malaria, the plasmodium, which is the antigen now, passes through that test strip in the blood, and it meets the antibody already present on that test strip. It will cause a reaction. So the antigen in the blood, which is the plasmodium, and the antibody already fixed in the strip will cause a visible reaction, and that will lead to color change that will appear on the strip. But if there is nothing like that, there is no antigen on the test strip, then that line will not appear. Hope you get that point. So that's one question you can be asked. Principle of the malaria test. Principle of the malaria test. Now, let me just say this as I just remembered now. Apart from your topic, some persons they have the same topic. Like most of you that did your IELTS in UPTH, most of you have the same topic. The same topic. You see this topic, the same persons. So if they've seen something like that, they can ask you a question outside your topic. Hearing, I remember in our set, someone came to defend the topic. They say, okay, apart from that topic, defend on something else you did in that place you did your IT. So you can expect something like that. So Pauline, hope I've given you something there. Note the principle. Now the best way to start is talk about, before you talk about the test itself, talk about the malaria parasite. Tell them that they've been accusing female Anopheles mosquito wrongly. Female Anopheles mosquito is not the cause of malaria, but Plasmodium. Female Anopheles mosquito is just a carrier of Plasmodium. Then talk about how the Plasmodium gets into the body and then how it can be detected using the test. So basically, that's that. That's that about your topic. Your topic is already related to biochemistry. So those persons that I will have more time with, those that that maybe their topic is a little out of it. But whether I'm talking on your topic or not, please make sure you stay, because what I'll be saying, I'll be chipping some stuffs in that you really need. All right, so that's that for Pauline. Paul, anything if you have any question to ask, you can go on. The next person I'm seeing there is Nana. Please, if I'm not pronouncing your name well, pardon me. Liver enzyme panel, gamma glutamine transferase. All right, so this is your topic. Nana, are you with me? This your topic is purely biochemistry, and you should expect questions from here, because we have lecturers. Most of the lecturers we have in biochemistry are most of the lecturers are pharmacological biochemists and medical biochemists, and this is an industrial biochemist too. This is your topic. They will have a lot of questions for you. So liver enzyme panel, and your topic under that is gamma glutamine transferase. Now, the first question you should expect is, what is the function of this gamma glutamine transferase? Gamma glutamine transferase is an enzyme. And from the name transferase, where is it transferring? It's transferring what from where? And the name gamma should even give you hints that is transferring something from the gamma carbon. Do you get? All right, so you should know the function of this enzyme, because your topic though is broad, because you said liver enzyme panel. So first of all, that's a broad topic itself, liver enzyme panel. There are different liver enzymes. There are different types of liver enzymes, and you pick out one from it. But don't limit yourself to only this one. You can explain limiting yourself to only this one, but be prepared to answer questions on other liver enzymes. Do you get that? So basically, get to know the function of this enzyme in details. The function of this enzyme in details. What it is doing, the substrates of this enzyme. Do you understand that? The substrate of this enzyme. The best way to start this is to tell them what liver enzymes are. To tell them the roles of liver enzyme. Then tell them what the liver enzyme panel is talking about before you go to the gamma glutamine transferase. Please, so those in your slide, always start with introduction. Introduction, now you're just giving them what they expect, an overview. All right. So basically, Nana, that's that. If you have further questions, you can drop it in the comment section. I'll respond. Please drop your topics and drop your questions. I'll be responding as we go on. Okay. The next person I'm seeing there is Daniel Happiness. Daniel Happiness. Your topic is determination of serum creatinine level. Good. Determination of serum creatinine level. The first question they can likely ask you from here is, what's the difference between serum and plasma? They like this question so much that in my set and the other set, they like asking this question. Once your topic relates to blood, what's the difference between serum and plasma? Because your topic is determination of serum creatinine level, meaning you are determining creatinine level in serum. And you should note that, please, just like I said, even if I'm not on your topic yet, don't go. Pay good attention, because questions they might ask you that they might be out of your topic. I'm serious about that. Questions they might ask you can be out of your topic, and this might be the only thing that can help you. Do you understand that? All right, so determination of serum creatinine level. Now, serum and plasma, they can ask you the difference. And what's the difference now? Serum and plasma, they are both liquid parts of blood. You get? They are both liquid parts, liquid components of blood. But now, the plasma, if you allow blood, now if you take, all of you did most of you did it in hospital now. You take blood from somebody, draw blood from somebody, and allow it to stand. You see that you observe that the blood will separate into two: the denser layer and the clear liquid layer. Now that liquid layer, when the blood have not clotted, that is plasma. So plasma still contains clotting factors. But if you allow the blood to clot, removing the clotting factors from the solution, then that is serum. So the difference between plasma and serum is that plasma still contains clotting factor, while serum does not contain clotting factor. So now, determination of serum creatinine level. That's one question they can ask you now. Then they can ask you, how is creatinine gotten? How is creatinine gotten? You know, creatinine is gotten from muscle metabolism, right? We have creatine, we have creatinine. So if you metabolize creatine, you can have creatinine. So you read more about that, how it relates to that. Now, another question they can ask you is this: what is the significance of the determination of serum creatinine level? When you determine it, what will you use it for? So if the level is so number, what is the implication? What is the implication? Does it mean you have a so thing? Does it mean, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So what is the implication? And another question they can ask you is, when do you need to go and determine your serum creatinine level? What that that is called implications. What as an implication, like what we use? Sorry, indications. What do you need to see in your body before you go and do serum creatinine test? So basically, that is a biochemistry topic. So expect questions. Read in details about that, because you see questions about that very well. All right, so I'll move on to the next person now. And just like I keep on saying, please don't go, even if I'm not gotten to your topic, or even if I've passed your topic. I'll be chipping in things you already need. Next person is Glorious Prince Monachi. Okay, pregnancy test. Interesting. So pregnancy test. The questions here will be just, they can ask you too much questions here, but the questions they ask you are questions you can answer. Now, these are some of the questions that you can be asked. You know, there are different ways of testing for pregnancy, either using urine or using blood. You can use urine. They can ask you, why is it that it is early morning urine they use when they are testing for pregnancy and not afternoon or evening urine? So why? They can ask you that question. And just like for those of you that watched the other video I dropped before yesterday, if you've not watched it, watch it after this live class. For those of you, I said something. If they ask you a question you don't know, don't keep quiet or don't say I don't know. Say something. So if they ask you that question, why is it that it is early morning urine they use in testing for pregnancy and not afternoon or evening urine? What do you say? Now, basically, the fact there is that early morning urine of a pregnant woman contains more of the hormone HCG, I think, human choroidal gonadotropin. Yes, human choroidal gonadotropin. So, it is always concentrated in the early morning urine. You get. So another question they can ask you, I've answered that question, right? Why they use it more is because the early morning one contains more of human choroidal gonadotropin, HCG hormone. While the afternoon one and the evening one is less concentrated in that. Another question they can ask you is, what is the principle of the test? What's the principle of the test? That pregnancy test strip contains something already imbued in it, so that when the human choroidal gonadotropin reacts with it, it will cause visible color change. But if the blood or the urine you are using does not contain that human choroidal gonadotropin, then there will be no reaction. So only the control line will show. So that's that. So what is the principle? This is a question you always, if for those of you in biochemistry, just note the question you always be asked is, you likely see is, what is the principle of this test? What is the biochemical principle? How does it relate to biochemistry? That's it. So pregnancy test, basically, that's that. You can start with something like you can start with your introduction in your slide. You can start with your introduction in your slide. But just like I said, don't read your slide word for word. Word for word. That is one thing that they will, once you start reading your slide word for word, they will know that you don't know your topic. That is what they will assume. So don't read your topic word, don't read your slide word for them. Be bold. For the stage fright, I said I'll give something before the end of this video that can help you overcome stage fright. But be bold, ginger yourself like that. All right, so pregnancy test. If there's anything I remember as I go on, I'll be coming back to your topics, so you go nowhere. All right, so the next topic there is by Christine Bells. Just like I said earlier, pardon me if I don't pronounce your name well. It's not biochemistry. All right, so HIV screening is your topic. Please, lest I forget, I've been busy all through the week. If you have, if I'm not the one that did your slide, and you want me to check your slide and the rest, you can send. When I have little chance, I will check and maybe tell you what to correct or something. But I'll not correct it for you because I'm not the one that did it for you. All right. HIV screening. HIV screening. You know, HIV, first of all, the kind of questions they can ask you from this topic, HIV screening, is this. If you know, there are different methods, so which method are you using? Is it the test strip method or whatever method? But basically, why I'm dwelling on test strip method is because that's the common method used in this area. Rapid diagnostic test, that's what is mostly used in this area. But if it is not what you use, you can drop the specific method you use. That will help me to give you more precise questions that can be asked from your topic. But HIV screening, basically, what I've said in other rapid diagnostic tests, is what is the principle? How does it work? What is causing that line that will make you to show that it is positive? And I've explained that the antigen, that is a virus now in your blood, will react with the antibody already imbued in that test strip to cause that visible reaction. They can go out of your topic a little now in this HIV screening, and they ask you about the management. Apart from just the test now, they can ask you the management. So if somebody has HIV, doesn't mean the person will just die and go like that. That's the question they can ask you. So does it mean the person, is there any way, does HIV have cure? Or they can ask you, why is it that HIV cannot be cured? You know, when we talk about HIV is not a disease. That is what most persons confuse. HIV is not a sickness. HIV is not a disease. HIV is a virus. That's why you call it human immune deficiency virus. It is that virus that is causing the disease AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. So AIDS is the disease. HIV is the virus itself. That's the name of the virus. Now, you cannot, for now, there's no cure for HIV because you cannot kill it. It's not, you cannot use antibiotics to kill something that is not living. Virus itself on its own is non-living. Virus on its own, not a living thing, except it comes into contact with a living person or a living stuff. That is when it will carry out the processes of life. So the only thing you can do is to kill the cells around it. And when HIV gets into a system, what it does is to weaken the immune system. That's why they say immunodeficiency. So can HIV be cured? No. Can it be managed? Yes. If detected early, the person can even live a normal life. I remember when I was doing auxiliary nursing in 2020, I saw several cases of HIV. There was one we detected on time, and the person was living a healthy life. If the person did not tell you, will not know. There was one that we detected late, and the person died. So basically, that's that. If I remember any other thing, or you have specific questions you want to ask, go on. I will respond. So that's that for Christine. Delphine. Retroviral screening. Retroviral screening is similar to the HIV screening because the retroviral screening, you are screening for retroviruses. Retroviruses are RNA viruses. You know, one thing about viruses, virus cannot have both DNA and RNA as their genetic material. Take note of that too. Virus cannot have both RNA and DNA at the same time. Like human beings, we have RNA, we have DNA. But virus is either RNA or DNA. That's why we have RNA viruses and DNA viruses. So virus cannot have both RNA and DNA at the same time as their genetic material. So retroviruses are basically RNA viruses like HIV we talked about. So basically this your topic is still HIV screening. So the same topic, the same thing I said applies, but be ready. Sorry, MTN just disconnected me. I don't know what's wrong with them. All right, so the retroviruses, just be ready to give them what retroviruses are. Then the normal principles of I've mentioned already in HIV screening. Please, so that I will not be alone. Please just be clicking that love button you are seeing there. Give me emoji. So I'll not. This is just like I'm talking to myself. Since am I talking to myself? Please drop something, comment something. I'll still see your topic. Comment something. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. Click on the emoji. That's what I'm talking about there. So that I will not be alone. Yeah. All right. So that's that. Please, just like I said, even if I've talked about your topic and you have specific questions you want me to address as regards your topic or specific thing you want me to explain, feel free to drop it. I will explain that. I will explain that for you. All right. So next person, Kate Chibuike, erythrocyte sedimentation rate. Okay. So actually, this sedimental rate is still okay, but the basic thing is supposed to be erythrocyte sedimentation rate. Erythrocyte sedimentation rate. So before the end of this video, there is something I will leak out to you about this defense that is coming up. So stay tuned and don't loud it. All right. So erythrocyte sedimentation rate, or sedimental rate, as you put it. Now this erythrocyte sedimental rate, erythrocyte is red blood cell, right? Erythrocyte is red blood cell. Red blood cell. That's erythrocyte. Now, what is actually making your blood red is red blood cell. So if they remove all the red blood cell inside you, your blood will not be red again, because it is the red blood cell that is making the blood red. You get that? Now, this erythrocyte sedimental rate, now, if you take out blood, if you draw out blood and you put it in your test strip, or you remain it in the syringe, this is my syringe now, then I'll allow it to stand. If I allow it to stand, or I centrifuge it, put it in a centrifuge for it to spin, I will see that the red blood cells will be going down, will be settling down, will be moving down, moving down, moving down, moving down. Now you allow it for some time. After allowing it for like 1 hour, you measure the length at which the red blood cells have sedimented. That is the erythrocyte sedimentation rate. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you allow the red blood cell like this, the whole blood to sediment, of course, if you put your blood in something like this and you allow it to stand, what will happen is the red part with the red blood cells will settle down, while the clear liquid layer, that is the plasma, will remain up. Now, erythrocyte sedimentation rate is the rate at which those red blood cells move down. And what is the implication of this erythrocyte sedimentation rate? They can ask you, what's the implication of this? The rate at which the red blood cells settle can tell about the health state of an individual. For example, if it settles very fast or slower, it can maybe be due to inflammation caused by maybe the fungal infection or bacterial infection. So the rate at which the erythrocyte, the red blood cells, settle down can you be used to infer on the health state of an individual. So basically, that's that about the erythrocyte sedimentation rate. Erythrocyte sedimentation rate. So basically, when you're starting this topic, you have to tell them what erythrocyte is talking about. Tell them the erythrocyte is a red blood cell. And please, don't assume they know anything. Don't say they are my lecturers now, they will know. Most of them don't even know this thing you want to defend. When I did my own defense, my topic was fingerprinting. My topic was fingerprinting. Now, I explained the fingerprint, and this is how I started. That's why I say start with a catchy introduction. This is how I started. I started with, no two persons in this world have the same fingerprint, and not even identical twins. That was where my defense ended. I did not defend anything again. Questions started coming up. As I said, no two human beings in this world have the same fingerprint, not even identical twins. One of the professors asked, do you mean no two persons have the same fingerprint? I said, yes. I say, explain. I started explaining why no two human beings are. From there, the lecturers, they started discussing. The other one said, yes, no one have they started discussing. When they finished discussing, me, I was just looking at them like this. When they finished discussing, I wanted to continue. They say, no, don't continue, you can go. Now, so I get my A. Strong A for that matter. So start with a catchy introduction and be bold, because My boldness that day, I was like, this is 9 unit course, so I must. I mean, I used to have stage fright before. Yes, before I used to have very strong stage fright. I'm a shy person, as you see. I'm very shy. I'm a shy person. So I just gathered all the courage and said, this is a 9 unit course. They're not biting me. These are people's father. If I'm talking to them one on one, my voice will not shake. So when they put two of them together, my voice shouldn't shake too. I look into their eyes, eyeball to eyeball, and then go come on eye. Yeah, that's all right. So that's that about Rachel's mental rate. Kate, we hope I touched a little on your topic. If you have any specific question, please feel free to drop it. Esosa. All right, Esosa, my runaway friend. Urine microscopy, culture, and sensitivity test. Urine. Okay, this is an interesting topic here. This is an interesting topic here. All right. So urine microscopy, culture, and sensitivity test. Now, this is actually a 3-in-1 test. Now you are examining the urine and questions that can come from here. If you use microscopy, let's look at the microscopy aspect of it. Urine microscopy. When you place the urine under microscope, what are you checking for first of all? I think the microscope is used to check for things that cannot be seen with the naked eyes. So in the urine, you can see microorganisms in the urine. Yes, if you check it under a microscope, some person's urine, if you put it under a microscope, you'll see microorganisms moving there, moving. That can be used to infer a particular disease someone has. Culture test, you know about culture test, culturing to allow the bacteria or the microorganisms grow. Then sensitivity test. Now, basically, what they can ask you is, what is the biochemical principle of this test? What is the biochemical principle of this test? How does it relate to biochemistry? As I hearing, how does this topic relate to biochemistry? Basically, this is a biochemistry topic. You get, biochemistry is broad: medical biochemistry, pharmacological biochemistry, industrial, nutritional. All of you are going to year 4 already. So year 4, you learn all those things as courses. Now, so in urine microscopy, you should be able to tell them what you will find out from this urine microscopy culture and sensitivity test. What when you carry out this test, what do you infer on the patients? Another important thing they can ask you, what is the indication? Because some of the lecturers are there to learn. It will surprise you to know that after I defended my IT, the professor that asked that question, do you mean two persons cannot have the same fingerprint? That professor called me to his office to go and explain more. After the defense have ended, he called me to his office to explain more. I explained. He said I should go and do more research and come back to him. He wanted to know. He didn't know it. You get, so not that everybody there knows it. No, you're there to teach them. So one question they can ask you, what is the indication? Indication means what should a human being see in itself before you go and do this urine MCS? What should the human being see in himself? What symptoms should you have? Or at what time do you recommend that a human being go and do urine MCS? Do you get that? So basically, that's that. If you have specific questions, you can go on to ask. I will address that. Now, favor. Favor. Hemoglobin testing. Nice one. Hemoglobin is a broad term itself. So hemoglobin testing. First of all, you have to know. Take pen and write. You have to know details about this hemoglobin itself before you even talk about the testing. Some of them will not be interested in just this stuff. This hemoglobin itself, what you have to know everything about it, or basically you cannot know everything about it. You have to know many things about it. Now, hemoglobin itself, hemoglobin is found in the red blood cell. And hemoglobin is a tetrameric protein, meaning it has 4 binding sites. Hemoglobin has 4 binding sites. And the major function, that's one question they can ask you, what is the function of hemoglobin? Take note, so when they ask you that day, you remember Excellence Simplified said it. One question they can ask you is, what is the function of hemoglobin? And you'll be like, my topic is how to test for hemoglobin and not the function of hemoglobin. But your topic is related to hemoglobin. So one question they can ask you, what's the function of hemoglobin? The main function of hemoglobin is to transport oxygen. That's the major function of the red blood cell. It's a tetrameric protein, meaning it has 4 binding sites where oxygen can bind and can transport oxygen. So they can even give you a live question on a cases of things that have happened. They can cite something like this. Let me use a real event that happened. They can say something like, there was a story once that a passed my neighbor generator in their house, and after owning the generator in their house, when they woke up, all of them died. All of them died. What is the cause of that? They are driving towards hemoglobin, because actually what causes that is actually related to hemoglobin. So you now be like, how does this relate to my topic? You see, that's why you need to think vast. Now, what really happened there is that hemoglobin, remember, it transports what? Oxide, is it not? And carbon monoxide and the hemoglobin are C. So carbon monoxide will keep on binding to hemoglobin, and oxygen will not see anywhere to bind again. And so hemoglobin now can no longer transport oxygen to vital organs of the body that needs it. And so the person dies off. Another way you can even explain that is when the carbon monoxide comes, it has high affinity for oxygen, so that it can be converted to carbon dioxide, and it will use up all the oxygen you have, and the person suffocates and die. Now understand that about hemoglobin, tetrameric protein and the rest. Then hemoglobin testing. What is the principle behind this hemoglobin test? It is the biochemical principle of the hemoglobin test. That's basically that. If you have specific questions, go on to ask. All right. Please, if I'm touching your questions, if I'm touching your stuff, let me know, so that I'll not be alone now. That's what they do. Now, Oris Douglas. All the industrial biochemists we have in this department, if they are there, prepare for questions. If they are there, prepare for questions. This water treatment and analysis. If Professor Belongu is there, Professor Belongu is an environmental biochemist. So this topic is environmental, basically. It's environmental biochemist, Professor Belongu. Dr. Choma, environmental biochemist. We have Dr. Okoro, environmental biochemist. So many environmental biochemists. Dr. Hiri, so many environmental biochemists there. So prepare. You don't have to be afraid, because you are going there to teach your lecturers. So water treatment and analysis. And they can ask you, what is the purpose of? Another thing you should notice in water treatment, they can tell you that if you drink sachet water, some persons have complained that drinking sachet water, they have typhoid. What's the cause of that? Is the water not treated? So you'll be able to tell them the water is not properly treated. I know the stages of this water treatment, the stages of the water treatment, stages of water treatment. If you are doing chlorination, you are using chlorination, what is the disadvantage and what is the advantage of chlorination as a method of water treatment? If you are using biofiltration, what is the implication? What is the advantage, disadvantage of biofiltration as a water treatment procedure? So you get the advantage, the disadvantage of all these. Do you understand that? Then what's the general importance of water treatment? Know the topic very well and be bold to answer the question, just like I've said. Boldness is the thing there. Like you can say something that is wrong boldly, and they'll be nodding their heads. Yes, because you are saying it boldly. Yes, that's it. All right. So Onyeka increase, liver function test, total protein determination. Okay, liver function test. They can leave that topic first of all and ask you about the liver. So you have to know the functions of the liver. The liver is involved in detoxification. The liver serves as the police, the checkpoint of the body. And one good thing about the liver is that listen also at this point, because your two topics are similar. So I'll some things I'll say here will relate to yours too. And the third person, Nana, also. Nana, thing I've talked about your own liver enzyme. Okay, so the liver, one interesting fact about the liver, two interesting facts actually. The liver is the largest internal organ. So it's the largest. And another thing is that The liver is the only internal organ that can regenerate, meaning if you cut the liver, it will grow back. If you think I'm lying, try it. Try it at home. Please don't call my name, oh. But the liver can regenerate, can grow back. Now, liver function test. Liver function test. One question you should expect from here is, what is the function? What is the purpose of this liver function test? As the name implies, you want the function of the liver, if it's actually working well or not. And this is a topic for Yinka is 2-in-1, total protein determination. So total protein, you have to know when you say total protein, you are looking at all the types of protein found there in the liver, since it's related to liver function test now. So you're looking at albumin, globulin, and other stuffs. So you have to know the total protein, all the proteins you are talking about, and their biochemical implication. And you say liver function test. So you should know the method of this test on your fingertips. On your fingertips. So know the testing procedures. You take blood, you do this, you add this, know it on your fingertips. If you know it, you won't be reading from your slide. Just master it. And please rehearse don't wait till the defense date. Don't wait till the defense date before you start rehearsing. Defend in your house. Defend to anybody you see. Just be defending, and you get used to it. I remember our time, there was somebody that, in fact, that defense period, he came to live with me. Till today, what he's saying is ringing in my head because you are sleeping. He's saying determination of albumin in egg yolk. Determination of albumin in egg yolk. That is his topic I cannot forget because he was always saying it. All right, so that's that. So it's a kind of liver function test, albumin determination. Now, this albumin determination is just like a subset of this protein determination, total protein determination. So albumin, you are just speaking out one of the protein determination. So you still talk about liver function test. So in your slide, specifically the first slide for Onyeka Itekena, your first slide, specifically your introduction slide, should talk about liver function test. So liver function test, you should tell them about liver function test before you narrow it down to maybe the albumin or the total protein determination. You get that? So liver function test, albumin. Now they can ask you the function of albumin. What is the albumin doing in the liver? And when determining the albumin level, what's the level, the range, what can you use it to tell on the patient or on the person? So if the level of the albumin you determine is so amount or so amount, what do you tell? Does it infer that this person has sickness? What level is normal? What level is abnormal? Do you get? And what is the indication? What should I see in me that I will know I'll go and do albumin determination? Don't be abstract. So what do I do now as a human being? Now, excellent simplified. What do I see in myself that I will know and I will go and do liver function test to check my albumin level or total protein? What is the indication? What should I see in me for that to be done? Do you get that? So basically that's that. If you have any question, go on. Non-liver enzyme panel, GGT, I've talked about that. I don't know if you were here when I talked about it. You dropped that and I talked about it. But if you're not here, drop it, let me know. Nora, my topic is brine filtration. Okay. Brine filtration. In BCH 421, that first one I think is industrial biochemistry. You learn all the industrial processes. But basically, one question you should expect from here is, what is the biochemical principle? What is the biochemical principle of this? So you are not going there to talk about. And when we talk about biochemistry, some of us will limit this thing too much, and it's painful. I hate it when people limit what biochemistry can do. What you do is, biochemistry is vast. We have industrial, we have biochemistry, we have medical, pharmacological. This topic is a pure biochemistry topic. But so long as it's not related to medicine, some persons would say it's not. No. So this topic is pure biochemistry question. Now, know the step-by-step processes. Another thing is, know the principle. The principle is on what basis is it working? How does it work? You get? Then you can possibly talk about the advantages and disadvantages. All right. So basically, that's that. The light, iodine value determination in fats and oil. This is a very critical topic, and if Dr. Okonkwo is there, I will be sure that he will give you a question, because he's the one always handling this topic, iodine value determination in fats and oil. So if he is there that day, prepare to answer a question from him. Iodine value determination. Iodine value have a whole lot of information to talk about in detecting the quality. In fact, that is one test of the quality of fats and oil, the iodine value. So the iodine value can be used to detect if the fat or oil is rancid, that's rancidity, or if generally can be used to talk about the quality of the fats or the oil. That's that. Now, in this iodine value determination of in fats and oil, remember it's a fat and oil. They can ask you the difference between fats and oil. Yes, they can ask you the difference between fats and oil. And of course, you already know that fats is solid oil. Oil is liquid fat. Abi? Yeah. Fat is mostly solid and oil is liquid. So another thing you should know is which one contains more saturated fatty acid and which one contains more unsaturated fatty acid. So write that down and find it out. Which one contains more saturated fatty acid and which one contains more unsaturated fatty acid. Also know what saturated and unsaturated fatty acids are. Saturated fatty acid, they don't have double bonds. They don't have triple bonds. They only have single bonds. But unsaturated fatty acid have double or triple bonds. You get that? Now, so you can tell them, they can ask you the implication of this iodine value. Knowing the iodine value, what can you tell about the particular oil? I know we have different types of oil, different types of fat, but at least get some types of oil and some types of fat and know their normal iodine value range that you can make reference to. All right, so that's if you have any question, drop it down. Moving on to the next person. Moses, I was given bicarbonate analysis in the blood, but my supervisor changed it to serum bicarbonate analysis. There's no problem. Bicarbonate analysis in the blood and serum bicarbonate analysis is the same thing. It's just that when you said in the blood is, you're talking about the whole blood, but serum now you're not talking about one component of the blood. So basically the topic still remains the same. You get that? So serum bicarbonate analysis. Serum bicarbonate analysis. Just like I said in the starting, I said the first question, any topic that relates to serum or plasma, the first question that they will ask you, that they might likely ask you is, what's the difference between plasma and serum? And I've said that before, that plasma contains clotting factor. That is, the blood have not clotted. You allow the blood to separate. The red blood cells go down, and that yellowish liquid part that it still contains clotting factor, that is the plasma. But if you allow the blood to clot, that's what you're having left is the serum. Now you are determining bicarbonate level. Now serum bicarbonate analysis. First of all, know what bicarbonate is talking about. What's bicarbonate? What's bicarbonate? What's bicarbonate? That's one thing you should know. And what's the function of bicarbonate? What's the function of bicarbonate? So forget about the analysis. First of all, you still talk about it, but know bicarbonate. What is bicarbonate doing inside? Related to respiration. Related to respiration. So what's bicarbonate doing? Now, serum bicarbonate analysis. Now you are analyzing the bicarbonate in the serum, in the blood at large. So what is the implication? What do you want to do with this value you are analyzing? Try to be real. Serum bicarbonate analysis. So after analyzing, what next? What do you use that value you get from it to tell? Do you get? So you have to know the normal range of serum bicarbonate. Okay, you should be able to tell me that there should be at least 10 millimoles per or something like that in the blood. That's the normal. So anything above this might lead to this, or it's an indication that you have something like this. If it's below this is what it's telling you. That's that. So serum bicarbonate analysis, that's one thing you should pick out from there. All right, so that's that. So know the biochemical principle, know the step-by-step procedures on how to analyze the serum bicarbonate. All right, that's that. Stephanie, the topics are plenty, so I'll rush it a little, but I'll not rush it too much. So just fasting blood glucose test. Good. So fasting blood glucose test. Please, just like I said from the beginning of this live stream, even if I'm not in your topic yet, listen carefully. Questions can come from anywhere. especially if someone has asked your topic, which, you know, I'm doing slides for people, and I've done slides for close to 80 persons, to be sincere with you. I've done slides for close to 80 persons, and you see topics repeated. Though when I see something like that, I try to write different things. Present this topic, this person's on from this angle, present this other person's on from this angle, so they don't go and talk the same thing. But if they've seen that one person is defending, many persons are defending one topic, they can decide to ask you question from anywhere. So pay attention. You won't know, even if nobody has your topic, they can decide to ask you question outside in rare cases. So listen carefully. So fasting blood glucose test. One question they can ask you: why do you fast for you to take this blood glucose test? What's that? Why? Is it that if you eat now, if you eat carbohydrate food now and you test blood glucose, you won't have an accurate result? What's the principle behind this test? You know, first, how long should the person fast before the test is taken? How long? They can even go on to say what is fasting. And where you will not fall into their trap is when you tell them that fasting is when you stay without food for a very long time. Is that fasting actually? So what if I ate in the evening and I slept around 7 p.m. and I wake up in the morning? Do you know that you wake up hungry and you don't know that you spent a full day in the night? So sleeping throughout the night and you wake up, that's fasting also. So you can check your blood sugar in the morning. So it's not necessarily when they say fasting, you stay from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. then you not check. No, that's not necessarily what it means. So fasting blood glucose test. Which method are you using? Is it the test strip method? What are you using? Is it glucometer? If it's glucometer, or which other one it is to use? Glucometer is the most common. Glucometer, what's the principle? What's the principle of that glucometer? So when you dip your blood, you put the blood on the strip and you place it in that machine and allow it to read. What's the principle? What's the principle? What's the principle of that test? And now fasting blood glucose test. What is the normal range? And when you are talking about the normal range, if I were you, I would be writing down all these things so that I will be seeing, so that I will know where to research after now. Now, what is the normal range? And when we talk about normal range of the fasting blood glucose level, now this is it. Children, they have their own normal range. Adults, they have their normal range. Women, men, they have their normal range. Different occupation, they have their normal range. You cannot compare the normal glucose level of somebody that is an athlete with somebody that is just sitting down one place. You get? So try to find out all those things. Those are areas where your questions can come from. Also, try to relate it a little to diabetes and insulin. You know, insulin is what converts glucose, transports glucose to the liver for it to be converted to glycogen for storage in a process called what? Glycogenesis. Good. If insulin is deficient, the glucose level will be high. Even when fasting, glucose level is high because insulin is not there to push it to be converted to glycogen. You get? So have background knowledge about that. So sir, HIV test. HIV test. I think I've talked about HIV test when I talk about retroviral test. So basically, in HIV test, what you talk about is the principle of HIV test. And just like I said earlier, HIV is not a disease. HIV is a virus that causes the disease AIDS. So what's the principle of that test? I've explained that before, that there is an antibody in that test strip. That when the antigen, that is a virus in your blood, gets on the test strip and reacts to it, the antibody in that test strip, it will cause a visible color change. But if there's no antigen, if there's no virus here, there's nothing like that I will show. And I talked other things about that. So I've mentioned this topic before. We move on to the next person. Please, if I jump your topic, kindly call me back. Bolavu lover. There you go. All right, assessment of occupational hazard in brewery operations. Assessment of occupational hazard. So this your topic is basically industrial biochemistry. And so you relate it to industrial biochemistry as much as possible. First of all, occupational hazard. What is occupational hazard? That's one question they can ask you. What is occupational hazard? You know, one thing that will help you in defense is know the area they can ask the question from, and you defend it. Like you say it as you're defending, so that they will not ask you questions. Because one question can lead to one question, and before you know, they are driving you to somewhere you don't know. So occupational hazard. What is occupational hazard? And relate this to safety. Brewery also, brewery, that is wine production, right, is biochemistry. In fact, you learn it in your 400 level second semester. You learn wine production, you learn how to produce wine. Theory, theory. You learn it in theory. Now, what are the occupational hazards? What are the hazards? And what is hazard, first of all? If Belong is there, he should ask you that question, because that is his topic. That is what he taught us. What is hazard? Hazard is anything that have the potential to cause harm. That's hazard. Anything that have the potential to cause harm is hazard. So now, why do you assess occupational hazard? To ensure safety, right? Basically, to ensure safety in brewery operations. So you have to tell them the processes involved in brewery operations that can cause harm. That's what you should focus on. The processes involved in brewery operation that can cause harm, and how the assessment of these hazards can lead to safety. Basically, that's that. Next person is Shadow Nash. It's like American people have joined this live stream. So, okay, Joseph Lister's antiseptic technique. All right, so we have different antiseptic techniques. So you're specifically talking about the Lister's method. Now, antiseptic, when they say something is, what is an antiseptic? So here they can ask you about, they can ask you the difference between, what is this thing called? What is this thing called? Remind me if you remember, but let me drop it here. If you reduce the microbial load on substance, if you reduce the microbial load, and when you completely eliminate it, what is the difference? What is the term used? When you completely eliminate the microbial load, all the microorganisms on this thing, I completely remove it. So what is that? What is that? Then if you just reduce the load, what's that? Why is this term flying from my head? Shit. Like, if you completely remove all the microorganisms on a substance, what is it? So somebody should drop that in the comment section. Somebody should drop that. I think somebody should drop that. Somebody should drop that. Somebody should drop that. So if you completely remove the microorganisms, completely eliminating microorganisms, we said the material is what? Sterile. It's now here. So they can ask you the difference between sterilization and the other thing. Sterilization have come, the other one is running now. So sterilization. Now, antiseptic techniques, we are looking at techniques that you can use in eliminating microorganisms. Now, this Joseph Lister's method, this technique, you have to know it, the step by step, explain to them, because the truth is that most of them will not know this method, like know that this is the name. We have different antiseptic techniques, so you should be able to master this technique in your fingertips and know the biochemical principle. How is this working? You get? So basically, that's that. Dominic, fasting blood sugar test. I think I just talked about it some minutes ago, but if you didn't get it, let me know. Fasting blood sugar test is the same thing as the fasting blood glucose test, because the predominant sugar in the blood, in the body, in the blood is glucose. It's glucose, because other monosaccharides are interconverted to glucose. So if you were not here when I explained that, you can let me know, so I'll recap that again. All right, so Dominic does that. Paul Grace, cholesterol test. Cholesterol test. So cholesterol test. Cholesterol is actually part of the lipid profile, and cholesterol test, you should be able to talk about the function of cholesterol. You should be able to talk about the low density lipoprotein, the bad cholesterol. If I never bite my tongue on another rest, and the good cholesterol, high density lipoprotein. So you should be able to talk about all those high density lipoprotein, the low density lipoprotein. What's their function? Why is this one called bad cholesterol? Why is this one called good cholesterol? What in this process can cause atherosclerosis? Write that term down and research on it. Atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis. Atheros. Then atherosclerosis. That's it. So cholesterol test. Now know the procedures of carrying out the cholesterol test. And what should someone see? What is the indication? What should I see in myself that I will know that I need to go and do cholesterol test? Yesterday, someone sent me a message that someone was diagnosed. I'm an auxiliary nurse, if you don't know. So know that today. So someone sent me a message yesterday that someone was diagnosed of low density lipoprotein. So she was asking diets that the person can take. I've not answered that question yet to that person because I've been busy throughout. All right, but that's related to your topic. So Paul, Grace, maybe you'll be the one to respond to that question. So do your research and get back to me on diets that can enhance low density lipoprotein. Grace, I'll be waiting for that in my DM. So do your research on that and send it to my DM. All right. So Barinoa retroviral screening, retroviral test. I've talked about it, but if you are not here, I said retroviruses are RNA viruses majorly, like HIV. And RNA viruses cannot contain both RNA and DNA at the same time. So viruses can either have RNA or DNA. I talked about that earlier on because another person have the same topic with you. But if you're not here, then let me know so I can recap that. Cardilobari, liver function test, AST activity determination. Please, for those of you already in my DM on WhatsApp, I'm seeing message already. I cannot respond for now. Let's focus on this live stream. And please, for nobody that if you not join the live stream, you now come to my DM and be sending me a topic and ask me for best way to go about your topic. I will politely not answer that because I'm spending hours on this, having headache, free of charge because IT is very important. I really need you to get that A from the depth of my heart. I really need you to get the A because getting A in IT is a whole lot. Getting A in IT is a whole lot. Like a 9-unit course, you need to get that A. It will boost your CGPA sincerely. So retroviral test, I said something about that. Liver function test, AST. What's AST first of all? What's AST? Cardilobari. So liver function test, just like we said, liver function test. I've said before that you talk about the liver, the functions of the liver, and the purpose of the liver function test. Now you are looking at one enzyme, AST, and you're looking at the activity of this AST. Why is this AST skipping my mind? Amino trans, no, aspartate transaminase. AST is not coming. So you're looking at the activity. So you look at the function of this AST. What is it transferring? Transference is part of that. What is it transferring? It's transferring what from what? And what's the implication of this enzyme? What's the function of this enzyme? And the activity, when you get the activity, what can you tell? What can you use it to tell about the health condition of that person? So from the AST activity, can you say the liver is functional, or what can you tell generally about that? So basically that's that. Rejoice always. Amen. So quantitative estimation of cyanogenic glycoside in plant samples. Good. Now this cyanogenic glycoside, they can ask you to give you an example. An example of cyanogenic glycoside in plant sample is linamarin. Linamarin. Lina. Lina, then marine, MARIN. Linamarin is found in cassava. It's found in cassava and it's a cyanogenic glycoside. So why is it called cyanogenic glycoside? If you look at that cyanogen. So hydrogen cyanide, you can relate it to that place. This is very toxic. Cyanogenic glycoside is very, very toxic to humans. It's very toxic. Have you ever wondered why they say don't chew raw cassava like that? It contains more of cyanogenic glycosides like linamarin, and when you chew it right like that, that cyanogenic glycoside will get in and can cause harm. Now, so you know about that. Then the quantitative estimation, have qualitative tests and quantitative tests. This your test is quantitative. You're looking at the quantity, you're looking at the volume, you're looking at the amount found in a particular plant sample. Now, what can you infer from your determination? Like after getting the amount found in a particular plant, what can you say? Do you get that? What can you say about that? So basically that's that. And your method, your step by step. You take the plant sample, you grind it, you dry it, you do this, you add this, you do that. Know your procedure step by step. You get that? Please, all you have to do for me now is to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, like this video. The next person is Esosa. What do you say? You're listening. I think I've touched your topic. You even dropped 2 topics, sir. You and your friend and you are always working together. Faith Lucky, kidney function test, creatinine test. So kidney function test is a broad one, but you took one aspect of it, creatinine test. I've mentioned creatinine test before. Now creatinine can be gotten from muscle metabolism. So one thing you should research about now is creatinine and creatine. So how creatine, you can write it down, Faith, write it down. Know how creatine and creatinine relates, and the level. What's the normal level? What's the abnormal level? And from the level, how can you from the level that you've gotten, what can you tell about the health? What's the health implication of that person? And what's the indication? See, please let me quote this. Not everything you have to say that will be on your slide. Slide is PowerPoint. If everything you want to say will be on your slide, then your slide will be like 20 pages. But me, I don't even see any reason why your slide should be up to 15 pages when something they will not give you time. So creatinine test. No, when should I go for creatinine test? What's the indication? So also note that. Alright, say thank you. You're welcome. Favor, I think you've missed my own hemoglobin testing. Favor, I talked about hemoglobin testing now. That I talked about hemoglobin transport oxygen. If you missed it, let me know. Let me know. So if I'll know if I can go back to it. Okay. Visual diary. My topic is spot test, HIV 1 and 2 rapid test. All right, so spot test, your topic is a good one because it's a specific one for the spot test. Spot test or the HIV 1 and 2 rapid test. Okay, now, this is a rapid diagnostic test. This is a rapid diagnostic test. And first of all, just like I've said earlier, know the principle. Know the principle of your test, the biochemical principle of your test. Basically, that's the question they will ask you from here. The biochemical principle of your test, the advantages and the disadvantages of this test method, these testing procedures. When can we have a false negative? False negative. And when can we have a false positive? False positive is the test result is showing that the person have the disease, while in reality the person does not. False negative is the test is showing that the person does not have, while the person actually has in reality. I remember someone came to the clinic one of the days and we were treating malaria until we tested HIV and we discovered that she was HIV positive. The lady was dragging with us that she cannot be HIV positive. That was how they told her some time ago too that she is HIV positive. And so she was actually HIV positive. Okay, so basically that's that. So know the principle. Only determination of sodium ion using ISE. ISE. So determination of sodium ion. So this ISE machine, you can use it to determine different ions. ISE is ion selective electrolyte, right? Electrode. Ion selective electrode. So this ion selective electrode is specific for different ions. So it can selectively permit the passage of one ion. So like in this case now you're talking about sodium ion. Sodium ion. So what's the principle of this machine? So this machine, this ISE works on what principle? And there's this principle it works on. I'm trying to remember the name of this person that brought about the principle this ISE work on. Hey, the name skipped my mind, but this ISE machine works on a particular principle. I'm trying to remember the name of that person. And once I remember it, I'll let you know. But it works on a principle. So know the principle of this machine. Then know the procedure, how the machine works. Then note the advantages and disadvantages of using the machine. All right. Augusta, your topic is high vaginal swab. MCS. All right. This topic. First of all, what is why are you carrying out the test? MCS, microbiological culture and sensitivity. You want to detect vaginal infection. Yes, in the infections. So if you do the culture, you can know the different types of microorganisms grown there. So you know the procedures, the step-by-step procedures of carrying out this test. And when someone should go for this test, so you have to know, tell them or know when someone is advised to go for this HVS MCS. You have to know that and know the principle of the test. You get that? So basically, that's that. Onyeka increase. How many topic you get? This is the second one. Okay, determination of phytic acids in plants. Okay, So this method follows all the phytochemical determination. So if your topic is on phytochemicals, if your topic is on phytochemical determination or any stuff, any secondary metabolites found in plants, they follow the same pattern. So know the principle of the test and the step-by-step procedures. The step-by-step procedure. I think before I forget that stage fright, how to overcome stage fright, I'll bring it in very soon, lest I forget. Please be clicking that reaction. You don't know when I see all those love emoji passing here that even this headache I'm having now will go away, and you're just like just that one just touch here now. Yes. All right. So please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please try and subscribe. So determination of phytic acid in. So first of all, what is this phytic acid? Know that. What's the function in plants? Now, what is the purpose of the determination? All of you bringing the love emoji. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much. All right. So also like the video, not just like the video too, and share it to your friends after this live stream. All right. So basically that's that. Know the step-by-step procedures. Kenneth, semen analysis. Semen analysis. So semen analysis. First of all, you have to know the composition of semen. What's semen? First of all, semen contains two major things. Contains sperm and contains seminal fluid. Those are the two major compositions of semen. So you have to be able to tell them that. No, what and which people do you recommend they do semen analysis? And what's the process of doing semen analysis? From taking the semen from the person and analyzing it in the lab, you should know that in your fingertips. You get that? And the persons that you recommend that they should do semen test maybe are those that have fertility issues and all those stuffs. So you have to know that. Dominion, survey. Please, if I need more information on this. Survey. Is that like your topic is just survey? Please give me this water. Hope I can drink it. Give me this. So give me more information on the survey. All right. So that's that. I will be waiting for that. Sterilization and disinfection. Yes, that's it. Sterilization and disinfection. That was what I needed that time. Sorry. Sorry for that. I'm actually saying sorry for drinking water. Sterilization and disinfection. So that was the time I needed that time. Thank you very much, Shadow Monash. But no, I wasn't here when you were talking about the retroviral screening. Okay. I'm coming. Okay. So you said you are not here when I talked about the retroviral screening. Let me just cap up that. But after this, this video I'll leave it here. As I'm speaking, this video is recorded, so you can always go back to it to listen. But retroviral test, I said retroviruses are. They can ask you what is retrovirus? Retrovirus is an RNA virus. RNA virus meaning it contains RNA as its genetic material. And retroviruses, the screening. If you are using the rapid diagnostic test like the test strip, on what principle is it working? Like when you take the blood from the patient and you put it on the test strip, what is I said the test strip contains an antibody, and if the antigen, that is the virus, if the virus is in the blood, that antigen will react to the antibody and there will be a visible reaction, that will cause visible color change. So you now see that on the test strip. But you can have false positive, false negative. So those are some of the things you look out for, things that can cause false positive, false negative result. If there is no line showing on the test strip at all, then the result is bad, it's not good. If only the control line is showing, it means the person is negative. If two lines are showing, it means the person is positive. So basically that's that. So determination of alkaloid in plants. Just like I said, anything phytochemical or secondary plant metabolites in plants, they follow the same principle. Determination of alkaloid in plants. The determination of alkaloid, you have to know the principle of the determination. Alkaloid is a broad term, hope you know. So you have to know the different alkaloids you're talking about. Alkaloid is a broad term, so know the different kinds of alkaloids, the different specific examples of alkaloid. Know the step-by-step procedures of this determination. Know the step-by-step procedures of this determination. Do you get that? Know the principle of the test. That is that for that. The last question I'm saying here, before I talk about that stage fright of a thing and general thing you need to do, blood grouping test. And also, if I am speaking on malaria test, please, how can I relate it to microbiology? Because at my place of IT, we use the microscope to check for malaria parasite and not test strip. Okay, it's a good one. It's a good one. So you dropped two questions here, Ambassador. Blood grouping test. Blood grouping test. If you're checking for blood group, there are different ways of checking for blood group. There are different methods of checking for blood group. So it depends on the method you use. But any method you use in checking for blood group, always know the principle of the method you use. The principle of the method you use. There are different methods. You can use ELISA, that's enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, to test your blood group. You can use serological test, antigen antibody reaction, to test your blood group. So just know the principle of this. The principle of the test you are doing, of the test you did. For example, if you are using this serological test, the antigen antibody reaction, blood group is actually your blood group is actually the antigen found on your red blood cell. So if the antigen found on your red blood cell is antigen A, then your blood group A. If the antigen found on your red blood cell is antigen B, your blood group B. If the antigen found on your red blood cell is antigen A and antigen B, then you have blood group AB. If there is no antigen found on your red blood cell, then you are of blood group O. Now, one test they can use in checking your blood group, they can take your blood sample and they will put maybe a specific antiserum. Serum is antibody. So if I put antibody A to your sample, for example, if I put antibody A under your sample, under your blood sample, and there is clumping, the only thing that will cause clumping is antibody A reacts with antigen A. So if there is clumping, there's agglutination, then you know that blood group is actually blood group A, right? So you can use serological test, but just know the principle and the step-by-step procedures of the method you use. Come on, get in our deck. Now, the next question you said, the malaria test, you use microscope. Yes, malaria test, there are different ways of doing it. Test strip, the microscope is also a good one. The microscope, how you are doing it is, you take the blood sample, you drop it under a microscope, and you view. What you are trying to do is to actually, though it depends, but what you are trying to do is to see the presence of the plasmodium. The plasmodium, that is the cause of the malaria. You want to see it in the sample. Some persons, you do MCS. After taking this blood sample, you don't just put it under microscope. You culture it first. You culture the blood sample so that the microorganisms, the plasmodium, can actually grow. Then you add your necessary dye, place it under a microscope to check, to view, and to check the microbial load. The amount of plasmodium present. And that one is more accurate than test strip. Test strip cannot tell you the load. The load, when you go to for malaria test, you see the right plus or plus plus. It's from microscopy, because from the viewing it under microscope, you see the various the load of the plasmodium present. So basically that's that. But I hope defending malaria test wouldn't be about that. Defending malaria test is a very good topic. It's a very, very good topic. You get? Very good topic. Even the blood grouping test is a very good one. It's a very good one. But just like I said, any topic you are defending, try to be bold. Try to be bold. Just when I was thinking that all the topics are finished, Dudu came in. Determination of vitamin C using DCPIP. I did this method specifically. I used this method during my IT. I did this method specifically, this DCPIP, vitamin C. I remember then what we did was we took different fruit samples and we test for the vitamin C contents using using this method. We actually use, I think, two different methods, and we titrated. So basically what you should expect from here is the principle of this test. The principle of this test. So note the principle of this test. Note the principle of this test. And know the procedures. It's already biochemistry topic, so you don't need to try to relate it to biochemistry. So note the procedures, the step-by-step procedures, and the principle involved. So at this point, since there's no question again, let me just give a round-up talk and before we do. About stage fright. There's a simple way of overcoming stage fright. Stage fright is about mindset. Stage fright is about mindset. Just look at if you want to talk to me or you want to talk to your friend. Do you used to shake when talking to your friend? No, because of your mindset. Your mindset, you keep your mind that, oh, these are my lecturers, so yeah, no. But one simple way you can overcome this stuff is create your mindset to drink water, relax. Then, when it's about your time, listen to this one carefully. You've not heard this one before. When it's about time for you to defend, you see, I'm folding the hand of my clothes. When it's about time for them to call you, pinch yourself like this, draw yourself. I'm not saying you should do the one that you shout to. Like when it's getting to your tongue, you can pinch yourself. Your brain will now be concentrating on the pain and forget about the tension. It helps to reduce tension. This one works. Like pinch yourself. Or use your weapon to shoot yourself. But that it helps to reduce tension. Like it helps a lot. It helps to reduce tension. Just the starting is the hardest part of it. But just start boldly, speak out. Don't once they struggle to hear you, your mark is already going down. Like once they struggle to hear you, your mark is already going down. So just go there. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good day. Go there and be bold. Just be bold. From your greeting, if you are bold, before you know, self, I'll be like, now me defend this kind of thing. Like you just go there and say, good day, my lecturers and professors, fellow students. Don't go there and say, good day, my fellow lecturers. So you know be lecturer yet. So good day, my lecturers and professors and my classmates. My name is Excellence Simplified, and I'm here to give my CWES presentation on the topic malaria parasite tests. Then, following this outline, when you're preparing your slide, put outline of presentation. But when you're defending, don't say in course of this presentation, I'll be doing introduction, I'll be doing this. Don't do that. Your time is going, brother and sister. Your time is going. Just say I'll be using this outline. Next slide, please. Then move on to the next slide and be like introduction. So malaria parasite test is a test used to detect the presence of Plasmodium in like that. You keep on going, but I'm not saying you should. You don't read from your slide too much. I'm not saying you shouldn't use your slide or read from your slide and talk. Don't just read word for word. Present. See, if you know I've been emphasizing on boldness, you know that it's very important. Be bold. If you are that shy person like me, remove shyness that day. 9 units course. 9 units course. And that is why I'm spending over 1 hour now talking and my throat is already paining me. Because I really need you to get this A. My DM will be very open. Though this period I'm busy, but I find out time to respond to your messages till you defend and you get your A. Always feel free, get to my DM, whether I'm the one doing your slide or not, or doing your report or not. Feel free to come to my DM, we will talk. But don't expect me to adjust your slide. I can ask you do this. But if I'm the one that did your slide or report and you need any adjustments, I can always adjust that for you anytime. But if I'm not the one that did it, I'll just tell you do this, do that. And for those of you that have not done your slides now, I don't know what you're waiting for, but I can still do it for you. Not free of charge, please. Slide is very important. And for those of you that if you've done your slide and you know it is not good enough, please slide itself has its own mark. Your dressing has its own mark. Your method of presentation, your boldness have its own mark. And all the lecturers sitting down will be grading you separately, individually, and they will now collate the scores and take the mean of the score, and that will be your score. And that is that. At this point, any question? If you don't have any question, leave something nice in the comment section for me. If there is anything you want me to talk about after now, like make a video on, you can feel free to drop it. Urinalysis, protein determination, that's just came in now. Chisholm, urinalysis, you're analyzing the urine to determine protein in the urine. Now, one thing you should expect from this urinalysis protein determination is what is the normal range of protein in urine. Should protein even be found in the urine? If yes, what is the normal range of protein that should be found in the urine? Abnormal range of protein in the urine, what does it tell? What's the implication? What is the health pointer? What is it pointing at? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and what is the principle? How do you determine this protein test? How do you determine the protein in your urine? When is the best time to carry out protein determination? When is the best time? Is it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night? When? All right, so that's uh, protein determination in the blood. So whether in the urine or in the blood, protein determination remains the same. So just know the principle of the method you are using. Know the principle of the method you are using to determine, and know the implication. Know the implication of the method you're using also. So, and when should a person go for protein determination? I'm in the house here. When should I go for protein determination? I should just go to the hospital anytime I like to do protein determination. When should I do that? So, yeah. So that's that. Any other thing? Any question? Anything you want me to talk about? Please feel free to drop it in the comment section. I'll allow this live chat now on for some time. So just drop your questions, drop anything you want me to talk about. If there's nothing before you leave, please leave something in the comment section for me. Leave something in the comment section for me before you leave. Before you leave. And if you missed the video I dropped day before yesterday on best way to go about your defense, please go and watch it. I said a lot of things in that video. It's a short video, but I said a lot of things. Then best way to start your semester, you know, apart from this IT defense, you are also starting a new semester, a new level. And me, I always believe anybody can do better at any time. I always believe anybody can do better at any time. So whether your CGP have been bad for the past years, I don't care. You can do better. You can do better this new semester. I made a video yesterday on the best way to start the semester. If you've not watched that video, go and watch it now. Best way to start the semester. The best way to start the semester. Go and watch that video. It's not up to 15 minutes video. But I said a whole lot of things there. So you can go and watch it. And if you have any question, feel free always to DM me on WhatsApp. Urinalysis, blood in urine. So blood in urine. Someone had a case of blood in the urine. Sorry, I can't shout again. My throat already is. Somebody had a case of blood in urine when I was in, I think, GS3. The person was literally urinating blood. And we were like, what's happening here? The person was urinating blood. So what can that tell? So blood in urine, know the implication. What can cause blood to be in the urine? It might be maybe your nephron. It can be a problem from the nephron. Nephron is the functional unit of the kidney. So if the glomerulus, the glomerulus found in the Bowman's capsule, if that glomerulus, the function of the glomerulus is ultrafiltration, to filter blood. If it is loose, that is like a filter, it's like a net. If it is large, blood cells can pass through and selective reabsorption is not taking place. So the blood cells can get into the urine and you excrete it. That's one thing that can cause it. So blood in the urine can be a pointer to kidney disease. So that's basically that. Delphine, you're welcome. Dominic, you're welcome. You're all welcome. Obin, okay, Kenneth, urinalysis strip. Analysis strip is just use urinalysis strip cannot be a topic now. Urinalysis strip, is it, Kenneth? Do you mean it's a topic or what? Because the strip you are using for your analysis. So basically, if you have any question, if you have anything for me to talk about job, as you can see, I'm tired. I've been talking for the past 1 hour. So any question, job, if you don't have any question, leave something nice in the comment section. Okay, I now get Kenneth. I understand now. Please, I said something in the video I made. If you really want to do well this semester and you don't know how to plan your semester, DM me. DM me, feel free, DM me. I will coach you on how to go about that. I'll coach you on how to go about that this semester. I really need you to do well, sincerely. If your slide is not very good, please start making the adjustment so it's before it's late. Make the adjustment, make your slide appear neat. Make it appear neat at least. Make it appear neat. Please, sir, can you re-explain urinalysis protein determination? I just did that now. Chisom, I just did that now. But protein determination, urinalysis, I said you're looking at, you want to determine protein in the urine. I now asked a question. I said, is protein supposed to be in the urine? If yes, what amount? Then abnormal amount, what is the pointer? What is it pointing to? The abnormal amount of protein in urine. If protein is found, protein in the urine is proteinuria. Proteinuria, that is the condition. That's what the condition is called, proteinuria. Protein in the urine, what is the clinical implication? What is the clinical implication? What diets can influence that? What diets can influence that? You get. And if it is abnormal, so what health condition is it pointing to? So those are the things you check into. Any other question? If there is no question, drop something in the comment section for me as a way of encouragement. Drop something in the comment section for me. I love you all. I will want you to get A in this IT. Beyond this IT, I wouldn't need you to do well in this semester. For those of you doing 4 years, because this is your last year, and it's a year that first class students can fall down to third class. It's a year that third class students can move on to first class. It's a year that second class upper can move on to second class, can move on to first class. Everything is possible. It's just strategic planning. That's why I say if you have challenges, DM me. We'll talk it out. We'll talk it out. And if you need mentorship, I have a mentorship group already ongoing. I have 2 mentorship group already ongoing, and I can add you to one depending on when we discuss. I'll know your need and I'll know where to add you among the 2 mentorship group I have. One is a paid mentorship group, another one is a free mentorship group. So when we discuss, I'll know where to place you. All right, so that's that. If there's no other thing at this point, I think we've spent a whole lot of time together, and it's a good one. All right, so thank you for joining the live stream. After this, you can always feel free to send me a message. So I'll leave this on for about 5 minutes, and I will cut the live stream. All right, so officially I've come to the end of this live stream. Officially. All right. I just hope I did not jump anybody's topic. So, all of you reacting, I'm seeing that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Some persons will just sit down here, they will not even react, they will not comment. They will not say thank you, you are doing well. They will not subscribe. Those persons. I'm seeing all of you. Now, so person they take get ill. So tell me how all this person that is clicking this love emoji now. Tell me how they will not get ill. So if you not subscribe, please do where to subscribe. Do where to subscribe. Do where to subscribe. Keep up the good work. I will keep it up, Daniel. I will keep it up. Thank you for the encouragement. I will keep it up. I'll keep it up. Chisom, you like this too. Obinwa, Kenneth like this too. So this live stream will be ending in the next 3 minutes. If you've not reacted, if you've not liked this video, please help me. I'm doing something. If I post a video, help me to share it. Don't just watch. Please encourage me too. Why I'm using Goodwill to be doing free videos, spending time. I have things. I still have people's slide I've not done, and in this one I would have done a reasonable thing, but I sacrificed the time. Please also help me. If I post a video, please help me to forward it to those that will need. Forward it to your group chat. Please help me and be doing that. Any video I post and you see, forward it to your group chat. As you subscribe, click on the notification bell so that if I post a video, you will see it. And once you see it, please watch and help me forward it to others. That's a way of encouraging me. That's a big way. of encouraging me. It's a big way. You won't know what you're doing, but it's a big way of encouraging me. Once I see my videos are shared, my videos are getting more views, it's actually a great way. It's like it goes a long way. Hmm? Thank you for your support so far, and good luck in your defense. At this point, I think we'll call it a wrap for this section. Call it a wrap. It's up to 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, and I cut this. In these 2 minutes remaining, you can feel free to drop anything you want to drop. Thank you, sir. I've gone back to the part of the where you treated. Okay, 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 okay. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. All right. So I'll be cutting the video now. So the video is recorded, so you can always go back to it, or you share it to anyone that needs. If you watch this video after this live, drop your topic in the comment section. Once I see it in the comment section, I will still respond and drop your possible questions and how best you can go about the topic. So still drop it in the comment section, yeah, even if you did not join the live class. All right, thank you very much for joining this live stream. Hmm.